This episode of the All About Nothing podcast is sponsored by listeners like you and Big Media LLC, encouraging you to check your voter registration. In a world where every voice counts, ensuring your registration is accurate and up to date is the simplest, most effective way to guarantee your vote is heard. Don't leave your participation to chance. Take a moment today and verify your status and stay ready for the next election by visiting theallaboutnothing.com/voter.
Hi, it's me from the Welcome to Wonderland podcast. Are you looking for the perfect blend of nostalgia and patriotism in your wardrobe? Look no further than ZJZ Designs, available now at zjzdesigns.com. Their exclusive t-shirt collection features stunning designs like the iconic Plymouth Barracuda print, taking you back to the golden era of muscle cars. Show your love for your country with their bold patriotic heart designs that stand out and make a statement. From car enthusiast to proud patriot, ZJZ Designs has something special just for you. Head to ZJZ Designs and elevate your style. Visit zjzdesigns.com or check the show notes.
The All About Nothing podcast may have language and content
that isn't appropriate for some.
Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, Nothingers, to the All About Nothing podcast. This is episode number 313. I am Barrett Gruber, host of this thing. You can follow me across all social media at Barrett Gruber. You're already laughing. Real quick, last week, I want to thank Jamie McCready for being on the podcast from across the pond. I had a really great conversation with him about his youth and being a podcaster now at the age of almost 17 or 18. I can't remember. This happens when you get older. Your memory does start to go. But go check out that episode number 312. Had a really good time with him. The episode before that was Brandon Upson, and I guess the episodes before that, 308 and 309, were you two.
It was.
308 and 309? I thought we were 309 and 310.
No, 308 and 309.
He knows. He's been doing this.
Yeah, I keep track of them.
Good to be back.
Yeah, welcome back to the show.
We're back, baby.
Please subscribe and share the show. That's how we get new listeners. Also, please consider supporting the show financially by visiting theallaboutnothing.com and becoming an official member and proudly calling yourself a true nothinger. We'll have more details on that at the end of the show. If you can't do that, please give us a 5-star review, a like, and follow us across all of social media. You can find links at theallaboutnothing.com. We have a few things that we'd like to talk about. Welcome back again, Shelby and O'Shawn.
Thanks for having this.
You have been on now 2 times this year alone. This is another, and I want to know, has the fame gone to your head?
Me specifically, or is this an us question? Who is this directed?
Well, we'll start with you.
Yeah, the fame's gone a little bit. I wouldn't call it fame, but yes, there's this weird level to people starting to. It's because you tag us in all the Instagram stuff.
Well,
that's
course.
the thing. So
well, I can't tag her in Instagrams, or I can't invite you to collaborate on them.
That's what it is.
You do.
Because I did.
Them.
Oh, did you? Well, because at one point I started getting messages saying that it couldn't attach you to them. I don't know. Yours isn't private, is it?
It could be.
That might be why it is.
You can help me fix that later.
But yeah, O'Shawn, you would send us text messages of people watching the episode on their couch, on their TV.
It's that really weird thing, because even I go home and do it. So that's why I enjoy when the episodes drop, because then I'm like, all right, well, cool. I can go home, or when I'm at work, listen to it. But then I'm a YouTube on TV person, so putting anything on in the background while I'm at home, just playing phone games and everything. And yeah, there's a little bit, I wouldn't call it conceited, but it's kind of fun. It is fun.
How many times did you listen to those episodes or watch those episodes?
And you would be the one for like repeat listening.
Yeah.
You check your numbers and let me know.
It actually just went up 2 more times.
That's right. He is watching it right now.
Streaming under the table.
I think one of the things that came out of that episode was that I recognized that for people that aren't especially interested in politics, that I tend to sometimes be a little pushy about it. There was a couple comments that I picked up on that seemed as though I was trying to influence you specifically.
Okay, I'll be very honest. Maybe it's the level of fame that we have now attained where I cannot spend my off hours looking through comments because there's just too many. So if I had
What do you do at night?
if I had enough time in the day to actually say no, but I did see a couple. It was really weird because I think it was the one calling us, weird things or whatever. I always said the comment section is a place that, once you get to a certain level, you don't want to live. Because, if you're not strong enough to mentally.
Oh, absolutely. That's why it gets me all nervous because feeling like screw everything you're talking about.
And I used to be
a people person.
Exactly. You want to be liked by everybody, and so I gotta sweep that under the rug because if I look, I'm gonna just shut down.
Yeah, you had a little bit of an interaction with one individual during some of the comments on. I guess it was on one of the Instagram posts.
Would you like to elaborate?
It
was me.
Oh, it was you.
I think it was her because
me.
I told her not to.
Don't get
not
into that.
to
And I'm like,
react
well,
to it.
I don't mind not agreeing or anything, and I don't mind other people's takes on stuff, or even if they tell me I'm stupid, but don't call me names, especially such a harsh.
That's
one.
right. Somebody used the R word.
R word, yeah.
And I'm still not exactly certain what it is that they were using the R word in or about.
It was just us. It was like 3 R words on a mic, and clearly they don't know what they're talking about or whatever. Which
no one claimed we did, buddy.
Incorrect,
right?
Because I didn't, and I feel like that was the whole thing with the episode.
That was literally what we were talking about.
Not educated enough on politics, so I'm just going to sit this one out. And it's like, all right, cool.
So to go back a little bit to the not knowing enough about politics to really have a educated conversation about it.
I ain't done no more education since the last time.
I was just curious. We had primaries.
Just touching it, don't force it, Barrett.
Well, we had primaries since then, and we've had primary runoffs since then. Did you have any feeling whatsoever to get involved? She's shaking her head no, but
all right, comment section, do your thing. Eat them up. No, Barrett, I have not done any due diligence on any of the things that we spoke on last, but again, it's not because I don't care.
You don't care.
Is there any part of you that's like before this election that you want is there any part of you that's been like, okay, you know what? I haven't participated really. Maybe I see, because a lot of the slate of candidates at least for the Democratic Party are black candidates, like governor, state comptroller. I'm trying to think. We've got, but there's a lot of black candidates that are seeking state office, like state level offices.
I think I get text messages from all of them too.
I'll be honest, I don't know who those text messages are coming from because they don't always disclose like which campaign they're coming from.
It just slurs against other people.
Yeah,
running.
No, mine are always like, this is XYZ from blah, blah, blah. And
that's why you just can't put your phone number in anything.
But like, how do you take it back?
You can't. You just have to report and block.
There's apps. You can get removed from some of those.
I've been seeing those ads on YouTube where it's like, scrub your identity from the internet for like $20 a month or something.
And they take you $20 and run.
Something like that.
Good night.
And
I would think it'd be easier just to change your phone number.
It's still
but that's not fair because now someone else is going to be issued my phone number down the line, and then they're just going to get all the spam stuff that I was getting.
So you want the attention?
Back to, does it go to your head?
No, I don't want the attention, but at the same time, I'm not going to be selfish enough to do that to someone else. I'm just going to keep my number, and honestly, for everyone that has my phone number, be blessed. Like, be grateful that you have access to me in the way that you do.
Be blessed.
Have any of the people that you all are close to or friends with that watched or listened to the episode, what was the vibe that you got from them as far as like?
My favorite thing was I went to one of my aunts and uncle's birthday parties last weekend, and like we talk, we're family and all of that, but like I haven't shared that specifically to anyone over there. They just follow me on socials. So an aunt that I don't get to speak with that often was like, I saw you're on a podcast. I thought it was like so cool. You're like famous. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not famous. But she was blown away by it. And I was like, well, thanks. That's the kind of shit that goes to my head. Keep saying it. But it's been fun. Everyone who's like seen it, they honestly didn't care about the content. They're just like, you were on a podcast and it looked like professional. And I was like, did you listen to it?
No. That was the same kind of reactions that I was getting from like coworkers or like just
but a lot of
friends.
people saw it and I'm like, y'all just be on Instagram like that? That's wild.
That is a little weird.
Well,
it's kind of
that
that
subscribe.
Subscribe.
It's that weird thing where I know I post things online, but you don't really expect anyone to actually see it. I don't know what the disconnect is in my brain, but like, yes, I'm posting for the intent of someone seeing it, but especially on Instagram, I get like no interactions on it.
There,
like I can post on Instagram all day long on my own, and I'll have 4 likes, 5 likes on a post, but then on Facebook, it's the exact opposite, where it's like I can post something, but then now I think maybe because I've given Facebook such a back seat, I don't know if the algorithm's switching or shifting or something like that, to where, like my relevance is not so much.
I mean,
which is fine.
I would say it's 100 to 1 on like what it is that, and because most of what I post is just stuff from the podcast, like segments that AI thinks that will be something that would potentially, like, basically all I ask is, hey, select clips that are going to drive people potentially to subscribe to the show.
What is the AI that you're using, Barrett?
This one is,
I mean, you don't have to name drop like if it's like a thing, but it's
part of
down on the idea.
Don't they like that?
I was about to say, doubling down on the idea that you're using AI.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help it. It's convenient
to garner all of your clips. Is that why they be cut up real weird though?
No, I have to go in and clean them up.
Okay, and that's clean. Everything that you posted.
Cleaner.
Because
okay,
no.
Someone's getting your name out there.
Sometimes, be honest, sometimes the conversation doesn't really make. We know what the conversation was because we were there.
But again,
watching the clip, but the intent cuts in the weirdest way that.
Right.
It's like, yes, to garner.
The intent is to try and get somebody to go, oh, I want to see what they were talking about.
Yeah. I figured that was probably the back end of it.
Yeah.
But then on the front end, I'm like, all these clips don't make a damn bit of sense.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Luckily, you're on the end, so,
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead and do that.
That's...
Oh, I was fixing my sock.
Oh, fix my wine glass.
Yeah, it is a weird thing to be dependent on AI when I'm also against data centers being built.
That is what I was trying to get at, where
You're
a lot of people
up the water.
A lot of people.
For those of you just listening, podcast listener, that was Shelby pouring into a cup. She was not peeing on the toilet this time.
I did take the mic with me last time.
Did.
Oh, speaking of old podcast guests, Jimmy just messaged. But,
hey, hello, Jimmy.
Yeah, so it's the whole I was wondering what the process was behind the clip making, I guess. So you use
you go in there and you spike.
Yeah, the program
because they can read the meaning or the transcripts or whatever, and I guess is how it kind of clips it or whatever. Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Okay, behind the scenes.
But some of the responses from the episode that you all were on were very positive.
So what does it look like on your end? So I'm not asking.
Did we take you to fame?
Numbers or anything, but I'm saying how you recognize that we. We're getting. I mean, just mainly because
our presence impacted at all?
Yeah,
because I was texting you guys hey guys,
visibility on Instagram and TikTok. Those numbers were up, and I think
you posted on TikTok too.
Yeah, but I don't.
You didn't tag us.
Well, I did. It's the exact same verbiage that's on the two, but the application that I use to post to TikTok, I don't think that it actually does the tagging for that, or if it does. You know what? I don't know.
I was supposed to say, I don't think I saw anything on TikTok.
If you're...
I did, but I follow him
Yeah. If your social media is in any way, shape, or form different from your Instagram, then it may not tag you. It may tag a false positive ID.
So you're saying the @ name.
Yeah.
Well, we discussed this on one of the last podcasts. Mine's the same across the board.
Oh.
So @thathunter on everything.
Well, for these, I'll have to check. Well, I'll have to make sure that it's set up correctly.
Right. I want my rise to fame. Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
We didn't actually talk a whole lot about the haunt on the last episode, specifically for that. So we're going to avoid that just purely based on visuals. If you're
sorry.
No, it's fine. Look.
You don't like talking about the haunted attraction? The whole reason we even met Barrett?
I do. I just feel bad because I've neglected her this year, which I did go there today during that monsoon.
During that monsoon?
Yeah, it was raining. I wanted to make sure the building wasn't flooding because we're in a dip. But
That was because of the
all the
plumbing,
breakers were on, and I didn't leave them on. I actually didn't even turn them on last time I was there. So
I'm telling you, I think that place is haunted.
well, I went in the back
Well, that's even scarier.
to check around the L right there, and I heard, it's probably a rat.
Walter Price Road, Casey.
Are we giving our address out? Oh,
It's
it is
the
a business,
haunt.
huh?
It's the,
Oh my God.
we don't there.
Actually, do give our
11:53.
I mean, people go there several times a weekend, you
I
know.
know what you right. My bad.
Yeah, but it
been
sounded
a
like
long day.
something was back there, so I did the thing that I did last time.
The
I just
swish,
sprinted
swish.
out, but it wasn't me swishing. My thighs ain't swishing.
They're not thick no more.
Not that thick. They still a little thick.
So maybe confirmed the place might have a little
Rats.
Oh,
Yes.
rats. Gotcha.
So you
That's
think
fair.
rats were in there flipping the breakers? Because we notoriously turn off all the breakers when we leave
We
the
want to
building.
save power. You're saving
Yeah,
energy.
just to, I mean,
Yeah.
fire hazards.
Well, it
I'm
doesn't.
talking about the bill.
And as the president, you'd like to not see electricity get spent when it's not actually being used.
He don't care.
And that's what I've been standing on since I was elected.
that was your bully box. That's exactly.
Yeah.
I get it.
You
Okay.
asked about black politicians, and that's what I stand for.
No, not using.
Turn your breakers off.
Conservation of electricity in West Columbia.
That is fair.
It's Casey.
Casey.
So I've been timid about bringing this up, but we did have one feedback in particular. I'm going to leave the person anonymous because I don't want to share who it was that made the comment. But I did get a text message said, "Watching your show, the black guy only cares about himself. Thank God there are people who care about the others."
That is so funny. So you need to work on that this podcast.
I need to make them understand you do care. So I will.
Oh, the black guy's me in question. I'm the black guy.
Did you think I was the black guy?
I'm the black guy.
Okay. In case you're only listening, I am hereby coming out as black on this podcast. I don't know if anyone knew.
That's the same. I got my ancestry.
It did. I
No,
feel.
but
I
that's
feel like
actually
there's
really
some
funny.
obvious.
After this podcast, we're gonna have to talk about who that is. But
Well, look to that individual. I will just say this. I know how you potentially come across when it comes to respect to like politics and things like that. And maybe the fact that you did acknowledge that your childhood was easier than
this is insane, right now.
He's trying to nicely say, like, you're not an all about me girly, but you're presenting.
I will say, Oshawn.
Podcast is all about nothing, but really, it's all about.
It's all
me.
about Oshawn.
Let's talk about it.
Honestly.
I do want to say this. I think that if I was in a bind, that you're probably one of the first people that I would call. Because I know that you would likely drop whatever it is you're doing to help me.
To an egregious
I was about to say,
end.
Yeah. Like,
actually,
you would probably be disappointed if I didn't.
I feel like I do bend over backwards for people.
you
so.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
I'm like a 15-year veteran. Oh, sorry. I forget closer. I'm like a 15-year veteran over here of like, he won't show up when you want him to, but he'll show up when you need him to.
And exactly.
And I mean desperation.
Is that not the human condition?
No, if you called me for like, oh my God, I can't find my shoes. I'm like, I'm on the way.
Honestly,
got
that
you.
is you.
I know.
I'm
It's
not
a problem.
about that life. So to whoever that listener, viewer, or however, whatever form they consume this podcast through, I have one thing to say.
You love people.
I love people.
Yeah.
And that is the position that I stand on.
I think from their perspective, it was likely because of the politics and not being involved or wanting to be involved or having avoided, not necessarily actively avoided, but just sort of passively avoided any sort of.
No, it was pretty active actually.
Yeah,
When I
no.
literally looked you in the
Pretty
face and was like,
active.
I don't know shit about this and I'm not gonna.
Reactive. And you know what?
that's
I'm
fair.
still not going to change that stance. So whoever you are, eat it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. Look, I want you to be nothing but you.
And this is all about nothing, baby.
The likelihood is that if I am going somewhere like to a like-minded meetup or something like that, you may now get invited more often, and you may want to turn up and hang out. You may not. We'll
Are you
see.
talking about for something political?
Yeah.
Well,
Damn, I thought it was like something fun, like
no,
bowling.
not the barbecue, baby.
You know what, Barrett?
Well, okay. So essentially,
Sorry.
but most of the feedback was really good. I think a lot of people do enjoy. Ultimately, what I'm setting up here is I think that you two definitely need to do a podcast.
We are
That
right
would be
now.
fun.
I mean, like
he means a spin-off.
You don't want to spend any more time with us?
It has
A
nothing
little
to
about
do.
something coming into life.
It has nothing to do with that. I'm happy to produce
I'm
it.
kidding.
but ultimately, I think that would be fun because, like, what I told people when I said that we were doing this was sometimes it's fun just to sit around at the haunt and talk about nothing but bullshit, and we all acknowledge at the end of it we should have recorded that.
Yeah, we do that on our phone calls too.
And that is the problem. Too many people have that thought
mentality
process.
that it's like someone wants to hear this, and it's like actually
and
nobody
then that
did.
probably leans into the vanity of it all. The thing that whoever that person was said about me.
Sure. Yeah,
But you know what? We'll talk about this
I'm
spinoff
sorry,
after.
I'm actually trying to back up because
I didn't know if you were burping.
well, I had to get some Tums before we started this.
That's
I have
true.
indigestion. I'm elderly.
So
Not the eldest here, but
for at least the remainder of the show, I had an idea that have you ever been on Reddit?
yes.
Been on Reddit?
Yeah, it's really confusing, the platform as a whole, but yeah. That's where I heard the poop knife story.
Oh, is it?
That's from Reddit.
Full circle.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So Reddit has what a subreddit that is called advice, and one of the things that I wanted to do was potentially read through some of the Reddit advice, because basically you guys are acting like you don't know what it is.
No, do you want to know what's really crazy? And all the times that I said that we should have done a podcast, that is the thing that I've always wanted to do, because you don't necessarily, or at least since we've been on the podcast, had any of the guest interactions in terms of like write in, call in, whatever. I've always wanted to be like that.
Oh, like put them on
listener.
live.
Yeah. And like hear a person's problems and then give my perspective, which again, who asked? But I mean,
someone out there wants it.
But in the Reddit of things, like a thread where someone like just puts their problem out into the world and they're just like, hey,
Millions of
it's almost like the
anonymous
am I an
people do it.
asshole thread or whatever it is.
Oh yeah. Or
Or is that what it's called?
It is.
Ask me an asshole?
No.
Ask I'm an asshole?
Am I the asshole?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, am I the asshole?
What do they abbreviate that to?
AITA.
Okay, yeah, that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up some of these Reddit advice where basically people give you a scenario or they tell you a story of what it is that's going on, and then we're going to give the advice.
Okay.
We're not even going to look in the comments to see what other advice people have gotten.
It's kind of fun. It's like the doing the call in, but without someone calling in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first one says, me and my boyfriend were having sex and everything was going good, of course. The energy was there. But then he started putting it in the wrong hole. And he wouldn't stop going after I yelled out, stop, and was crying out in pain for him to stop. So I started pushing him off of me and he wouldn't stop. And so then I started scratching him and still he kept going. I felt trapped. He is stronger than me. I'm trying to correct their grammar. And I couldn't get him off of me. I laid there and just cried after wards and went to the bathroom and was bleeding out of my bottom. He was sleeping when I came out of the bathroom. I don't know what to do.
Kill him in his fucking sleep.
No trigger warning or anything.
No,
man.
we just
jumped
went
straight into
okay.
that.
Sorry, you can actually take my. That was actually like an unfiltered response. Sorry.
So what if this was someone you knew that had confessed this to you?
Well, first of all,
I'm gonna find him.
We didn't start with any. I had to allude once you said wrong holes because I was like, "What are we doing here? Pronouns: he, him,
That's
her."
Okay.
Well, when you say wrong hole for sex,
I completely forgot that might have sounded
that's
normal.
Where my brain went.
Does it?
What are you trying to say there? Not that.
I think I pretty much said it. There was no.
That was a crazy thing to say, but
is it not? Am I wrong?
When you say wrong hole, there's only one presenting person that's going to say wrong hole down there, and it's
nostril. Oh.
Okay, but if I'm having sex, you stuck it in the wrong hole, I'm going to assume it's me having sex and someone stuck it in my butt.
Yeah. I think that's what they're alluding to.
Okay.
So a friend confesses that to you. What would your suggestion be to them?
real suggestion, like
honestly,
suggestion is like go ahead and invite him over. We're gonna call the cops and we're gonna get him arrested.
Ultimately, that feels like assault to me,
Right?
Because
even two consenting adults who are doing that all the time. If there's ever a time where someone, male or female, whoever, says stop.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that and I know this is going to get serious and it's not as funny, but that's one of the things that when it comes to like consent is that some women will think that even though they gave consent at the beginning, that when something's happened and they decided that this isn't what they want to do anymore, and they have obviously made it clear that they don't want to, that because they gave permission before, that the guy, or they've given consent, that the guy will think, oh, I've got consent, I'm not doing anything wrong. But consent can be taken back.
It can be, but most women in that situation, I'm speaking truly just from cis woman as myself, but like the obligations there, it's like, well, I've already like started and I don't want to be that girl. So even though I don't want this right now, I'm obligated to finish because I already said yes. And it's really hard. Like that kind of thing that resonates with you after everything's done makes you feel gross. Like it's still a form of like, if anything, it's like self-assault because you're not sticking to your own boundaries or your comfort zone.
Now, can we say that also comes with age as well? So
It
like,
does.
is there an age? Because obviously in my brain, someone on the younger perspective or the less experienced side, I feel like that is the mentality that they would have versus someone that's, a little more seasoned or even, just any level of this isn't my first time or first few times or whatever. Because again, like you said, at any point, consent can be taken back. It doesn't matter. So, and that's either side of the fence. So male,
every
female,
side.
whatever. So, I 100% agree that like that's if not a serious conversation starter between the two of them.
I feel I'm not even aware. I'm not certain that a conversation between them is even necessary at that point. I think.
Well, I think he's saying more so like going in, it should be normalized that people talk about that openly going in. Like if that were a thing here, and I'm like,
and also depending on their
boundaries.
relationship. So I'm saying that in terms of, is this a one night stand to hook up someone that you've never met before? Maybe the conversation
that can
feels
also
a little
didictate the tone of what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or is this somebody that you've been dating or you're married to or whatever? And then again, it's like, all right, well, this was the boundary. You crossed it. This is a conversation that needs to be had. And again, if that's not willing to be a conversation, then yes, escalate.
But like you said, less seasoned people are not going to do that.
Right.
Or scenario wise, they're not going to do that.
Right.
If it was a family member, would it be any different? Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to jail. I mean, honestly, if anyone told me that, we're going to jail. We said that earlier.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to jail. There won't be any evidence.
No, I'll that's my felony.
We don't live in Florida, Barrett. There are no gator.
Yes, there are. There is a gator. I was going to say there is a gator hole less than 5 miles from here that has about 16 of them in it.
People?
No, concrete. No,
Barrett,
no, never that close to home. Just look, there's smart things to do.
Disclaimer: this is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
Please.
This is a Reddit post.
Yeah,
a verbal. Reddit
I take
post.
care of my own. No, so ultimately, I agree. I think that
that's just such a like that. Next time, trigger warning, please, because it's sitting inside me now.
I just read the first one that came up.
I just now want to go find that girl. I'm like, hey, I'll teach you how to use a knife.
I'm going to move on to the second one.
Pre-read.
Are these numbers?
Actually, pre-read.
So the title of this one is "How Do I Stop Hating Men?"
Okay.
So you don't. And I got a block on Facebook.
Do you know?
No, and this hits close to home because this actually I wrote on Facebook as a status, or maybe it was in a comment section somewhere, that men were trash, and I got a Facebook block for like a few days. It was like a 3-day ban or whatever, and Facebook was like, "This is hate speech," but is it? Because
it is to the person running Facebook.
The patriarchy, exactly. Men are trash.
I've never.
And great, now we just got flagged.
You heard it here first.
That's fine. I have never gotten. I've gotten flagged on TikTok. I've gotten community guidelines on TikTok. I've gotten community guidelines on Instagram, but I've
Does
never.
TikTok have community guidelines? Because let's talk about TikTok Live. I've seen some stuff.
That's live.
I've been kicked off of lives.
Regular.
I've had my lives come to an end.
What do you be doing? Because the stuff that I see on TikTok
it's
Live,
because someone reported you. It's one of your viewers reporting you. Like it's not TikTok itself monitoring the live. It's someone in the live who's just like,
So again, what I'm saying, I can scroll through my TikTok lives
Report
this very
them.
minute. No, I'm too busy
then
watching.
you're part of the problem.
But you're right. Like ultimately, whatever it was that I got my TikTok banned for, I just didn't appeal. And within 10 minutes, it was released because it forces someone to go over and look at that segment and see what it was that someone reported.
What's funny is I listened to a podcast where they interviewed a lady that is her job, where she will go and like
she looks at the
That
appeals.
sounds boring.
So, no.
Oh, well, I work
she says she sees some stuff that like you.
Consent queen, can I touch your face?
Yeah.
Sorry, you've had a piece of hair there this whole time. Okay.
What was it?
It was like
a piece of
a
hair.
fuzzy
A
hair
hair?
or something.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, she is seeing like crazy shit because
is
like
just floating
she's
by.
required to look at all that stuff in order to like release the
To release the appeals.
or not.
Interesting. No, I
That would probably kind of be not a fun job.
She said she's
Interesting.
seen some fucked up stuff.
I bet.
we ought to have her on.
Call her.
Okay.
That might be an interesting. So
Let's have her call in.
this one says, how do I stop hating men? I'm a teenage girl and I assume the worst about every single male I see and I just really dislike them. How do I stop? My hate is rooted from all of the misogyny and the sexual harassment I've gotten from males, but it's obviously not right to hate the entire gender since it's not every male who does that. I don't go out of my way to treat them bad. I treat them averagely, whatever that's a made up word. Like, how do I treat it? Like how I treat a girl, I don't know, but I'm always just assuming bad things about men. How do I fix it? How do I fix something like this? I don't want to be a hater forever, and it's just obviously wrong.
I would say I need more context actually, because you can't just say it's because of the attention that you're getting. Like, there's got to be a deeper root in that attention. And I'm not saying that to say like, fuck it, like everybody can hate men. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But if you're wanting to genuinely find a way to not hate men, what caused it specifically? Because you can't just be like, well, it's, like they look, at passing glance or like always get attention. And it's like, yeah, but there's got to be something deeper there.
Well, she's clearly claiming that there's been serious misogyny. So when you say misogyny, the likelihood is that there was a male figure at some point in her life that was probably not kind or equal to the mother or sisters or something like that.
But also because she said she's in her teenage years. And I have to ask this because devil's advocate, I'm just being completely fair to men in general. Is that a learned thought process? Because it's not all the time, honestly, at all, really, that I've noticed. But I do see where people get in that mindset because they see that is normalized in their household or in their friend group or something like that. It's like, is that your true opinion or is that learned behavior because, your mom or your aunt or someone really has it out for that specifically? So I guess context being like, has she heard that misogynistic tone? Like, has someone influenced her? Granted, again, I don't know. Don't know this girl. It could be that she absolutely has experienced something that would cause that, but I need more context.
The most up response, the most upvoted response is you should get off social media. It's broke you. Do you think that's possible?
I can't agree with that, honestly.
Okay.
I think because people like to say all the time, like, crime or something, or this instance is happening so much more now and it's this day and age. And it's like, no, it's actually happened always. It's just more seen now. Like people who are just like, well, that's not every man. It's not, but it is more frequent than anyone ever understood until now, because now y'all getting caught. Like you're being seen. So it's never like the amount hasn't changed. It's always happened.
That reminds me of a conversation I had with a friend. We were talking about how, when we were kids, we would play outside until the lights came on, or there wasn't this fear that kids were going to be kidnapped or taken from their parents and things like that. And I actually went and looked back at like law enforcement statistics on it, and it happens just as much now as it did then.
Now it's just seen.
Because we have social media, we have Amber Alerts, we have news that is constantly reporting on things like that. And I don't think anything has really changed. I think it's actually probably gone down some.
That's what my guess would have been.
Yeah, fear of getting caught. And now that there's so much light shed on the subject or on the matter or the situations, like people are afraid of getting caught. Like now they're keeping their weird little dirty habits themselves.
I don't even know if they're afraid to get caught because, I mean, some of the shit that gets caught in 4K is wild.
Yeah.
Hold on. What is 4K?
It just means it's just a phrase like caught in high def. Like that's just.
I'm old.
Well, is this a bit or?
No, 100%. I did not know that people would say like, I got somebody throwing a package onto my door in 4K.
Yeah, that means.
Did I use that correctly?
Yeah,
kind of.
Man, see, zeitgeist here, right?
Oh no. Well, you'll catch up. It's fine.
Oh, jeez, I thought I was close. Another comment. The problem is that if you're online, you're where tons of misogynist guys are going to marinate in their frustrations. If you're offline, your exposure to misogyny will decrease and you'll feel better.
So would misogyny also be a...
First of all, I think that was a man that said that.
It absolutely was.
Yeah.
And that's misogynistic too. Like
inherently, but also it's kind of nowadays people are doing the whole like incel thingy. I hate that like all these words are becoming such words.
Yeah.
But like the involuntary celibate community or whatever, it's insane to me that it's one of those things that's always existed, but like
now they have a platform.
Now they have a platform. So it's almost like kind of cool to be that way in a weird way. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's how, because they're all like, oh, I'm not alone in this. Like there's other incels out there who think like I do, act like I do, and it's acceptable because it's happening. Like there's more than one of me, which is a weird way of saying this is socially acceptable. It's not. Y'all are weird. It's just now there's more of you. So it's like
more with a voice.
Yes.
More
that, and honestly, I'll give it to the whole social media thing. Like having too big of a voice probably isn't a good thing because then it just, it can get muddy maybe. But saying that you're exposed to too much on social media, so you should get off of it, it doesn't stop anything.
I want to go back to the word involuntarily celibate.
Yeah, incel.
Incel. So that's what incel is.
Yeah, so like those
I didn't know that.
Guys that you can like
but you'd heard it before?
See it.
I've heard incel before to describe people, but I was just like, all right, they're an incel.
You just thought it was like someone.
I thought it had something to do with terrorism.
I thought it had something to do with computers.
I can see how it sounds like all those things, but
to break down the involuntary celibate, it means that they
would like
they
to have
want
sex,
it, but they ain't getting it.
They can't find anybody to get it from.
And so then that breeds that like internal anger and everything like that because they're just like, wow, I really think Susie next door is hot, but Susie's never gonna like me because I'm, and I could hear that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's why I gave you the headphones. But no, I had heard that term a lot, mostly from like podcasts that I listen to, where they describe somebody as being an incel or whatever. Like they describe JD Vance as being an incel. And I'm like, well, but now hearing what that means, his wife's pregnant. I assume it was him.
Yeah, but see, this is exactly what I mean by saying that the words are just becoming like words because now people are throwing them out in a way that they're losing their meaning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, JD Vance, obviously, if he's having a kid, maybe, well, I don't know.
You remember what you called that chair? I'm just throwing that out there. He absolutely could be.
Okay.
I
can't say it on the show. It'll be nasty. I'll tell you afterwards.
Well, not
not that chair specifically, but chairs.
He got one like
it.
that in his room. Let's just say that.
Oh.
And if you want to know what we're talking about, scroll back to episode 3.
We're gonna actually do like an X-rated version of the same episode.
Right.
That's 313.
No, that's the Patreon exclusive.
Oh, I wish. All right. Here is another one. Accidentally brought a +1 to a wedding reception.
Oh, this is good.
I attended a friend's wedding reception recently. We are not terribly close, but we have hung out a few times, and it has felt intimate. I thought I had registered a +1 on the registration form, but during the reception, the fiance partner of my friend getting married stopped me when I leaned in to hug them and asked them how they were feeling enjoying the night, and explicitly told me that I did not have a +1 and that me bringing one did not feel good. They were stern but hurt at the same time. In the moment, I obviously apologized, but they said we'd talk about it later. I checked in with my +1 and we decided not to leave unless the wedding planner asked us to. Later, I ran into my friend, the bride, and took pictures with her and my +1, who also knows my friend, and we've hung out a few times too, and she didn't seem to know her partner had told me this. I know that weddings are expensive and that head counts are important. I know I fucked up. How should I move forward? It's only been a day since the incident, but I've been thinking about it nonstop. Additional info: the issue came to be known because the table I was assigned to didn't have enough seats. There was an overflow table, and we pulled a seat from there. No one sat at the overflow table for the whole night. Food was buffet style. We were the last table to grab food.
Let me pause before.
I want to read the situation.
I was about to say, I just want to make sure I'm on the same page as everybody. So this person brought a +1 to a wedding. They didn't have the there was not the availability for them to bring a +1. Correct, but they did it anyway.
They thought that they could.
Oh.
They thought that they
just out the gate assume that you
could.
could bring someone to a wedding though?
I didn't know that you could.
Usually when you RSVP, it at like every RSVP now asks for like who all's coming. We need a head count because you're right, weddings are expensive. So he
Not
just
a buffet
didn't,
style wedding.
not at all actually. But when when you put it on there, like I guess he just didn't put it on there, or he forgot to put it on there, or maybe last minute he grabbed a date.
Thinking,
who knows?
in this situation, because I read the whole thing, I'm thinking in this situation that no, I'm not saying that as a slight. I'm just saying
It definitely sounded slighted.
I read the whole thing, bitch.
Mhm.
No, there wasn't anything that alluded.
Back off, illiterate.
I'm wondering, is it because I have not been to a wedding in decades, mostly because I avoid them.
We just went to Joe Barry's.
Yeah,
Shout
I was
out
trying to
to
think of
Joe
the last one we
Barry.
went to.
On the RSVP, did it have an
did.
availability? Okay.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
didn't
this
RSVP
was.
for yours. Tony did it for you, and you were his +1.
Oh,
Well, no, we lived together. We both got the invite. So I don't remember seeing hey, if you want to bring another person line.
Yeah,
so that was
it's a wedding. You want like someone to have the option of bringing a date.
but
I
that
don't
was
think that
that was going to be my question. Is it possible that let's say you have these invites that do have the availability for a +1 going to a certain group, and you have these that don't?
Maybe.
So you're saying if you know, like you and Alex are married, so obviously your person would be Alex, you would assume.
Assuming, yeah.
Versus me that technically is single, and Tony being my best friend that we live together, he is technically single. Like, would we both get the +1 on ours?
If we're going on assumption, I would say yes, because people already know that. But anyway,
See, I don't
this
think that
guy's
was an
saying
option. I don't think
at
that
the
was an option.
beginning, did it say he said he thought he put down for +1?
It says
Thought you read it,
well, yeah, but I got
but you can't remember it.
look, dementia.
Don't joke
Some
about
child
that.
got left behind. George Bush.
Oh, it says I did not have a +1, and that me bringing one did not feel. Oh no, hold on, sorry.
Yeah, go back earlier.
I thought I had registered a +1 on the registration
There you
form, so
go.
that does make it
So-
sound like there was a +1.
Yeah, he had the
or-
option of putting one, he just didn't, and maybe he forgot. Or
So in my brain, if the option was there and you did it, whether you told them or not, I don't think that person's wrong. I don't.
the person having a problem with the
person that
+1.
brought the +1,
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
that they had checked it or not. Because
Well,
if
then
the
on top
option
of
was
that-
there, yes, I understand trying to plan for the wedding, and yeah, you got sat at the kids' table, boo boo on you. but
well, it wasn't
Is-
the kids' table. It was a.
Oh,
They just stole a chair from the overflow.
That's the kids' table.
I would say honestly, to me, because remembering the whole thing, I didn't read it, but I remember.
Fucking.
So it was the groom or the to be groom who had a problem. He said
Seems like it,
something,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
and he like had to lean in to whisper and say something. Bride was like, "Oh, I do know her. Like, yeah, it's cool. Like, let's take a picture. Let's hang out."
That's some shit she would do.
I don't yet. Well, but here's the thing. I think the to be groom or groom had an issue because he knew that girl. He didn't expect to watch that girl walk into his wedding.
Mm.
He knew her a little bit more privately than he should have known her and didn't expect to see him.
Okay,
or her
well, you're
at the wedding.
probably not wrong. He's also about to be married, so he should just let that shit go.
And that's why he should have. But maybe it's because, like, maybe they have a bad past. And again, someone you not expect to walk in.
That's fair.
I'm reading into it too deep, though,
That's
because
fair.
it's...
No, maybe you're not.
It's a dramatic thing to be like, lean in, and I'm going to tell you, you didn't have a +1. What the fuck? But your bride's just like, oh, hey, girl, like, I'm glad you came.
She's trying to be the girl's girl.
Yeah.
But is that an appropriate place? I mean, as the groom or even the bride to say
no,
it?
y'all fight about that later on that night.
Right. And charge me $42.50 if you need to. But like, we're here.
$42.50. How much does it cost a head for a... Yeah, but like, what's typical?
Averagely between like $40 to $60 per head.
But buffet style?
Yeah. Well, it's because, again, why it's still not a problem is they always make sure you over order.
And buffet means you just be eating.
Yeah, like you're getting like 10 pounds of this, 10 pounds of that. Like you're always gonna have extras. So like, what you bitching for?
I'm not
you,
bitching.
him.
I was about to say again, that's something that you and your now wife fight about in bed later.
Right.
Like, you really shouldn't have invited Maria, or Maria shouldn't have been at that party tonight. And then,
it does feel like there's some context that's missing as far as like what the relationship
knew
of
her,
the +1 was.
Especially with his nicest friend is like, I feel bad. I've apologized, but I still feel bad. He sounds like he's a giver. So homeboy knew what he was doing, leaning in him and like, what the fuck?
but also it feels very weird that the male is the one that has
Yeah. Why is he getting messy?
Because she was probably hot. Even if he didn't know her, she was probably just like super attractive. And he's like, why would you put
Now him
this
hating
a
on his
cheater?
homeboy.
Well, maybe he's a repulsive cheater. I don't know.
Okay, we really are therapizing these strangers.
We're going to deep dive. I'm going to use that degree.
Here's another one. Should I call the cops over an SOS signal from across the street?
Yes.
Hi. I'm not sure if this is the right thread, but for context. I'm a 16-year-old female, and I have noticed a flickering light somewhere down the block from and across the street. The light does this, ... How
many times did it do it? Does she say?
Over and over every night. I know it could be for some company or something, as my mother likes to tell me whenever I look at the signals flashing. But I think that I think about those girls that were held for over 10 years or the girls that were held captive by their own father. I could be overreacting, but I think of this. If I were kidnapped and being held captive and SOS signal was the first to pop up in my head, I'd hope someone would help me. Should I just call non-emergency number to make a report? Okay. So this one I feel like is already that's an easy one because I'm just going to say
Hold
this.
on now.
I'm just going to say this. Yes. If
it's a wellness check.
Yeah, you can do a wellness check. You can call the sheriff's department, not emergency 911.
We just had this situation the other day in Los Angeles with that lady with the Knicks and the dog that got shot. Did y'all
No, I missed that.
It literally just happened like when the Knicks won or whatever. This was in LA.
Yeah, I heard about it.
And the neighbor called because she heard screaming in her neighbor's apartment. And
yes, I did hear about that.
The cops came and shot her dog. So
yeah.
The lady, I feel like neighbor-wise, could have just been like, hey, non-emergency number, whatever. Because did she call 911? And that's why 6 cops showed up to the house to like...
Weren't there.
Unalive a dog. But like, no. But what I'm saying is like, so the conclusion that you're jumping to... I'm not going to say that you're jumping to a conclusion, but like... Does this girl know Morse code, first of all, as a teenager?
Yeah. Why? And maybe she looked it up because she's like, that's
just...
wild. It's peculiar to see that happen every night.
Yeah.
But to say that, do you remember my old neighbors at my old house when we were too rowdy outside? They'd sit there and flick the bathroom lights at us. Do you remember
the
that?
ones next door?
We're at Tom's house now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who used to live there.
Yeah.
Every time we were loud out in the driveway, they'd stand in that bathroom and just flick that light on and off, on and off.
What would that do? Like
to get our attention?
It was getting our attention. Like I think
in a
trying
non-violent way.
Yeah, they were very passive aggressive people.
That's a weird.
Well, no, I mean we're literally with a fire pit out in my driveway. That sounds trashy, and it is.
That's what we do.
Nice fire pit.
That's what I do at Halloween. I put a fire pit out in the driveway, and that's how I hand kids candy.
Well, we also used to like make props and stuff in my garage.
Okay.
And so we'd get drunk and loud and music, and so when it hit like midnight, we'd look up and just see that light going on off. I'm like, they're mad. We need to close the garage. But
it's a weird.
It is
because you could.
I thought it was normal.
No, you could absolutely. What if you never noticed it?
And to be fair, it looked like the woman was beating the man in that.
This feels like a Saturday Night Live skit, is what it feels like. Like I'm going to be honest. Like I could just imagine a Saturday Night Live skit where the characters are up in their room, and you just hear the music playing in the background or whatever, and then the husband's walking over to the bathroom and just flicking the light switch off and on. And
Is
it's just
that
going
not
off
like
and
the
on.
physical equivalent to the broom on the ceiling to your apartment upstairs or something?
But what if you never looked up and noticed it?
What if your music was too loud to hear the broom on the floor?
True. Well, vibrations. I think you'd feel it.
That was just a trope. Were people actually doing that?
I can tell you, when I lived over off of Broad River Road, I had neighbors above me that had kids, and I slept during the day because I was a third shift. I never banged on the floor, but the thought occurred to me, how could I get them to stop being so loud? Because I'm sleeping.
You walk upstairs and say, knock, 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 shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
But what if they open the door and they're just like,
But see,
Broad River in the 70s was different.
oh, no, I don't mean because of Broad
70s?
Rivers.
Gosh.
Oh,
he's
being
wrong.
rude.
He's wrong. It was too.
Oh,
You got one.
I was
Sorry.
going to say, what'd you break?
Scared the shit out of me. I was like, is somebody knocking on the ceiling?
For context, podcast listener, I had a lot of insects, flies in my house, so I brought the bug zapper in and plugged it in so that it would get bugs. I didn't want to go after them with a fly swatter or whatever. And ultimately, I put this up, and we have just had our first, our actual first kill with the bug zapper, which is fantastic.
I was actually going to ask you how long that had been here.
And also, did you put those hooks up
Couple
just for
days.
that?
No, I used to have a pot rack
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
that really just got in the way. Like, because you try to figure you're in there cooking and you have this pot rack that's hanging down at eye level.
You can't talk to nobody.
No, you can't see the TV. You can't, whatever. But yeah.
Now,
So
how low did those pots hang on said rack? 'Cause
Well,
it was
you have
that
to-
For
much of
you
a
and I-
visual impairment,
for you and I, we would have had to duck to look under them.
and you put that there initially.
Yeah.
What was the impetus if you just weren't planning on seeing out ever in life past the
I think
pots?
he was probably trying
I
to
just
be
thought
like
it would.
cute.
I thought that it would just. I wouldn't be taking
Save
up cabinet
space.
space. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but in the end, I was like, I got extra cabinet. I can put it in there.
That's insane.
So
Back
But
to it.
back to our young teenage. I guess there's a lot of teens with problems. Maybe we should be Dear Abby or whatever. Bring that back. Do you
I also think
remember?
Reddit's an inappropriate place to put some of these things.
I think Reddit's an inappropriate place for
Well,
teens.
My
Yeah, that's true.
question is, if these were actual issues that these people were facing, were they expecting an actual outreach? What was their?
Again, just maybe to get perspective.
Because here we are. How long ago was that written? Let's
5
just say-
days ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
5 days ago.
Recent.
So actually, this could be an ongoing issue, and let's. Get
It
to
sounds
real
like it could
advice.
still be. I'd call non-emergency. So this is some of the responses. I'd call non-emergency line and see what they would recommend. They can either transfer you to the police or send someone to take a look. You're doing the right thing. Another one said, I reported a call for help written on a piece of paper in a window, and it resulted in a very vulnerable man getting support. Don't hesitate. Good for you.
Oh, that's sad but sweet.
Please go and call. I would much rather you post an update. I would much rather you post an update where you feel silly that you had called over nothing, rather than posting an update saying you wish you had called.
Yeah.
So
That I agree with that, but
That's
again,
legit.
make sure that it's non-emergency. Make sure that it's. I mean, also, this has been every night for how long?
a while.
What? Also, do you know these neighbors? Do they have kids? Like, are there kids? Because you know what
never
I'm
seen
saying.
Lovely Bones? They could be
No.
real nice and just me putting kids in
Aren't
safes.
they in the little hole in the yard,
Yeah, I
a
mean,
little underground ditch or something?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not my point. My point is,
there might be a fake door in the backyard.
yeah. What I'm saying is, so let's just say you have kids. So let's just say Leah's
No, I don't.
upstairs. Oh, I'm sorry. Bleep that out. Let's just say one of your
My
kids,
child's name, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
one of your kids is upstairs flickering the lights or whatever, just being
She does.
a young person, like a
Does.
child. So
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, does the neighbor down the street be like, man,
but every night, and it's a sequence that you can recognize. That's suspicious. Like if it's a pattern,
But my question is, are they actually recognizing a sequence? Because when
or are
did
they
you
just
learn
thinking
Morse
because
code?
they're on high alert?
What if they just didn't pay the power bill? What if they got bad electric?
Bookie.
I'm just saying there are probably a lot more plausible things that are going on before like trafficking or some situation, you know?
Or like I said earlier, things are a lot more common. It's just a lot more seen now.
You're right. And honestly, I agree with all the Reddit comments. Like,
Call the cops.
not the cops specifically.
Call the non-emergent cops. Call the security
Call someone that
team.
ain't got weaponry.
That part.
I just
Tell your daddy. Damn.
I just recently finished reading Tyler Merritt's book. I Take My Coffee Black, and
So do
Hey.
one of the things that Tyler Merritt's known for was back after I think it was after Breonna Taylor was killed in Kentucky. I'm sorry.
Oh, footsy's fine.
He posted a video. It was either Breonna Taylor or it was Floyd in Minnesota that he basically posted an Instagram or a YouTube video saying that before you call the cops, and that was the title of it, Before You Call the Cops. And it was basically just asking people to, do an assessment of what actually is going on, not just your first observation, but specifically involving Black people. So before you call the cops. And
that's so sad that you have to put that because like me, I'm like, no, I'd rather waste their time because that's what they're paid for. But
right.
You do have to put that context in there, and that's just sad. It's terrible.
Yeah, because as a result, there have been
person gets killed.
Yeah, in the since 2016, 2017, I think there have been something like 150 or 200 Black people killed by cops but in events that absolutely
could have been avoidable.
Yeah.
Which, playing back the lady and the dog with the nicks, like it happened to be the dog that got shot, but
it could have been
It could have been her.
Exactly, over a noise complaint from a neighbor. Like the
friggin'
friggin' Knicks just won the Super Bowl or whatever the hell sport they play. But
what was it?
Basketball.
That's it.
My point.
That's as far as my knowledge goes. Like,
my point.
We're not following the World Cup.
My point is, what is that? Baseball?
No, that's soccer. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, my point is that just happened to be a celebration that ended in tragedy for an animal, which honestly and arguably, white people love animals a lot more than they do people. Like, so the fact that the dog got shot,
it's like
the neighbor's probably more distraught over the dog dying, to be sincere.
Yeah.
But she just had to do like an apology campaign recently where like the news blurred out her face and everything, and she's like, I'm really sorry, and I wish looking back, I could have
gotten more,
and that's the thing. I think that's exactly what Tyler Merritt was trying to say was, take a pause, like seriously think about that. Yeah. Or
assess things.
Or put someone in whatever situation it is you think is going on before you say, oh, I got to get the police involved. Listen to you with the wine burps.
It's not the wine burp. It's not the wine burp. I had indigestion showing up.
I think I don't understand why people aren't more observant and precautious.
Well, to be fair, I could argue that people think they're being precautious when they're calling for what they think is help. But then it also goes down to like who's employed and how much training they have, because that is the real issue. That
for sure. Yeah.
They don't have adequate training in like adjusting to their fight or flight in high intense situations.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, like in George Floyd's situation.
Oh, well, that goes.
I mean, well, yeah, but the whole thing was escalated by the fact that the store owner, like George Floyd was in there, or he was selling cigarettes one by one. And
a Lucy,
thank you. And yeah,
I miss those.
I
don't. They're nasty.
Yeah.
What was it? Bad breath? Was that?
Yes,
I believe
bad
that
breath.
is the term she used.
But he was just selling cigarettes out on the outside of a store, and the store owner called the police, and then I don't remember how it all escalated, but it ended in George Floyd being killed because the officer put his knee into his neck for 9 minutes or something like that.
Well, not even
7
that. Like
minutes?
you can see watching the videos. Anyone out there, number one, who's going to argue this, because I know viewers have their own opinion. excessive being defined in that is like he's having a conversation with someone who's recording him. Like, if you're going to arrest the man, put the cuffs on him and put him in the car.
Right.
Like, whatever. Why are you sitting here having a conversation with me as you're, like, kneeling into, where we accept our air at? It's crazy. Like, I don't give a shit what the person did. He could have been inside causing mayhem. I don't care. Like, why did you do that? That's wild. It's weird.
Especially because I've seen others get away with way more for less.
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten away.
Like those videos where the cops are like talking down to Karen, even though like she's being psychotic,
right?
And like running people over with a car, and it's like, yeah, but we're gonna talk her off a ledge.
Well, that's like I don't remember who it was that was involved, but I want to say it was like in Central Park, and there was a man
the dog scenario.
Yeah, the dog.
Another
where,
dog scenario.
Yeah, where she
protect my dogs. Damn.
Well, she didn't have the dog on a leash, and the man simply asked her, your dog's supposed to be in Central Park. Your dog, you have your dog. Your dog's supposed to be on a leash. Mm-hmm. That's just
in public.
New York City law, or ordinance. And when all it did was, it took her telling him, or it took him asking her to put her dog on a leash, and she flips out and calls the police on him. Now, I don't think that situation ended in his being harmed by the police.
No, because she ended up getting like fired and all this other.
Yeah, there was a lot of repercussions that came from her attitude in that situation. But
it was more like boy crying wolf on her end kind of thing. That's what it ended up being. But
yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. It's
overall just I'm sick of people. Keep your damn self. How about that?
That's a fair statement.
I don't know though, because then my Instagram
hold on. Don't turn her off from this, because this is my Norway situation.
Okay. I don't get it, but
moving to Norway and just being
being a farmer.
Just getting away from
no animals on the farm. You said a farmer, but
no beaks, no hoofs.
Oh,
no hoofs, no beaks.
Yeah.
I
remember.
I want that, but the opposite. I only want animals and maybe like 2 friends. That's about it.
I better be one of them.
You family.
I was going to say, I don't have to be one of them. You can pick somebody else if necessary.
No, you and Tony are family. And Barrett, I guess that actually makes him a friend.
Oh, Lord.
Barrett's the plus one.
First of all, you need to seek help for that. This is not a...
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
The last thing I want to talk about was in case if you wanted to, and my actual clock died, so I don't know.
Yeah, how long is this?
It's like I think we're going to go over like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Honestly, one more Reddit question.
Well,
no, he's pinpointing you in this.
Yeah,
I know. I know where this is going.
Is it the God thing?
What
is it?
Yeah, this is the God thing.
Okay,
it's a God
go
thing?
ahead.
Oshan and I had, I thought, an incredibly interesting conversation about religion and my lack of faith in religion and the
wild that I'm staring at that crucifix.
Was this when we talked on the phone for 4 hours?
Yeah.
My best friend didn't answer the phone because of you.
That is true. I never talked to Barrett. Not for 4 hours.
It was a really good conversation.
That's honestly, that's all that matters. But go ahead.
You believe in God?
Yes. A version. Do I want that on the record?
You are allowed your own beliefs. If anyone's going to weigh in it in the public, like that means they're really narrow-minded and can't respect the fact that people can just have their own thoughts. So
thanks for making me feel better, best friend.
I wanted to ask you what for you, what it's like interacting with me, who has. It's not an abandonment. It's not that I left any sort of faith or religion on purpose. It just evolved that way. What is your reaction to someone like not believing what you believe in?
So it's really funny because our other best friend, who is complete and
he is a stone cold atheist.
But I grew up when I lived in California with a family, some of my closest friends when I was there at the time, my best friends. But they were like, their entire family was that way, where they were atheists. And as a person whose mother had us in church every Sunday and Wednesdays, and just grew up really religious, then it was oddly growing up with a family that's religious. Basically, it just comes down to, I think, the judgment of others. And I mean, in terms of like how I just said, did I want this on the record? I feel like my parents and not my dad as much as my mom. My mom is the one that I'm like, if
Love you, Tracy.
yeah, like when she expects me to like die and go to heaven kind of thing or whatever, which again, I don't disbelieve in. But as I get older, the thing that I like struggle with, not struggle, but like just kind of go back and forth with is, yes, I believe in a higher power, but then I start hearing about, religion, specifically Christianity, being put on Black people as, a religion. It's almost like a slave religion where, and I can't remember the reference that I'd heard it from, but it kind of made sense where it was like, this is being put on you guys, your community. You're being told this thing from your owners or whatever. And then it was that faith that you had to have, like the only thing that you had to believe in. So then that just evolved into the Christianity that we have now, which is what, again, you don't have a choice in. Growing up, I didn't have a choice. It was like
this is fact.
This is fact. This is whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
like knowing someone like you that you could give me a different perspective. I'm a very perspective oriented person. So if you can make me like give me valid things to like latch on to, I'm willing to hear you out. So
I love that.
So your lack of religion or whatever, it doesn't scare me. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't make me feel.
See, but there are others that it does. Like there are others that it absolutely offends. Just the idea that I have moved on from having the need for that comfort of faith. Which is,
where did that come from?
I was going to ask,
switch.
can you like elaborate a smidge about like, one, I want to know, is the offense from like, it's because you were wholeheartedly here, but then I don't want to say evolved, but I will.
Abandoned?
No, I'm not going to say abandoned. I'm going to say you just, your mindset switched.
So ultimately, I think a lot of it came down to when I was involved in the Catholic Church. It was around the time that there was a lot of things coming out about the abuse of children in the church, and then the fact that the priests can't marry and things like that. This was something that was confusing because I was attached to the Catholic Church. I was a practicing Catholic, and I would go to church, and I'd go to events, and I'd participate in the men's club, and I would play poker with my priest, and so I did a lot of things that were not cards. I see where you went. I see where you went.
And it wasn't until she looked at me that like that.
But
so sorry.
But I was heavily involved in the church, and it wasn't. But even when I was involved with the church, it wasn't because I fully believed everything. Because I've always had a hard time believing in magic, or that there's some omnipotent being that is casually or actively directing how things are going on here. And I had so because I never actually could attach my faith to that idea, it not having the ability to find that comfort in faith, it just eroded away as gradually, I think.
So it being something that, like, I guess as you say, you were figuring things out, like you were learning things that the world was learning things at the same time. Not so much that you didn't want it's like, I don't want to be associated with something that seems so filthy. And not to offend anyone out there, I don't think
that's
but
what I picked up in everything that you just said was basically it was the bad image that you didn't want to be attached to.
I think that escalated the erosion of my attachment to an organization like Christianity.
Because all my friends were Catholic when I was growing up in California, and I remember actually asking my mom, I was like, "Can we be Catholic?" Because it just seemed like a fun religion. Because they get purgatory. It was like, do whatever the hell you want down here, and then in the end, you're just like, bam, 3 Hail Marys or whatever the hell, and then like you just get to be partying on the other side. So
Catholics just seem so like sad to me.
No, not to me.
It's funny.
They seem like they like.
That's one of the things my ex said was like she went to mass one time.
Yeah.
She went to mass one time
because I never did that.
I went to mass a few
outside
times.
looking in.
That was exactly what she said. She said it just feels like everything's so sad.
I don't want to apologize for everyday existence. Granted, like.
There's such thing as Catholic guilt.
Yeah, well, they did that. It's like they don't.
But it's because they were associated with the Nazis. But
Jewish guilt,
well, it's
I was about to
like
say.
the saying goes, like they don't celebrate their faith, they mourn it. Like that is what Catholic is. They mourn their faith because they always feel like I have to go do this so I can confess all of my sins that I've done. But like to keep a tally of everything you've done wrong and then have to confess it to someone and he's your only gateway to talk to the,
Sure.
divine or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of hoops and
not to dog a Catholic, like good
no,
y'all. But
like I said, I think I told you the reason I chose Catholicism, one, I was getting married to a Catholic, and two, it was because in my head Catholics embodied all of the traditions.
I'm sorry, I was going to make a
head
joke.
Okay.
No, I was going to say, where's that marriage at now? But I'm sorry, that's rude. I know.
It's fine.
Cut that from the pod.
No, it worked out best for everybody.
I'm taking producer credit. Cut that from the pod.
But Catholicism was, in my mind, the one that was, if you were going to take everything that came out of the Bible as being fact, then you have to look at the things that Jesus did, and you can't say that those were metaphors. Those were, he literally turned water into wine.
Yeah.
He literally raised Lazarus.
I feel like
and
what
his
people,
blood was wine or something shit like that. Yeah.
Everything he did was literal.
So who said that's the case?
No, the Catholics. That's what Catholics believe.
Okay.
But that's
That
an
makes sense,
interpretation of a book.
Because in my brain, I'm like, okay, this was all just metaphors. This was all like, it's how to live your life, but like in a fantastical way. Like, this is the story. It's like
but then
J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter.
Take those things and they take it to what they say
Harry
is a
Potter
literal
is a
construction of
mythical
it.
book or a nonfiction book.
But see, that's part of the problem of it, is because if you take, and that is what a lot of like the Protestant religions are based on, is the idea that it wasn't literal, that it was metaphorical. But if you're going to take that stuff and turn it into metaphor, then how is any of it real? Like if Jesus is telling his parables from the Mount.
Is that water when we get here?
It was. Jesus is in this house. I'm sorry. I don't mean to joke. I'm so sorry. He really is.
There is in fact a crucifix.
There's multiple in this house.
There are multiple crucifixes.
You didn't realize.
I forgot it was there. Hey, around the corner is the 10 Commandments,
which is crazy. As someone that doesn't believe in religion,
they just haven't. They haven't come down
yet.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm waiting on that one to fall at this point. If it did, I'm gonna throw this at you and I'm leaving.
That one's gonna do that creepy shit in movies where it like turns and blood.
And you know what? You know what? That's another thing. It's not real. That's not gonna happen. There's no such thing as magic.
Yeah, but that doesn't terrify you a little bit.
That's not magic.
What would that be interpreted as?
I mean, some people say it's just like ghost.
So do you not get enjoyment out of movies like that? Like movies that But like, do you watch
paranormal phenomenon?
Yeah,
like that kind.
Do you watch them with like that side eye where you're like, this is obviously fucking fake?
The Exorcist.
No. There's I've said this before. There's a difference between fear and danger.
That.
I don't.
Danger is real. Danger is real. Fear is not. Being afraid of something.
I'm gonna go grab my Klonopin out of the car and then we'll talk about that.
based on your danger and fear conversation last time, which was a great way to put all of that, then you're right. But I don't know. It's still kind of creepy.
No, and here's the thing, is that another thing that bothers me about the Christian faith is that anyone that is devout, anyone that is devoted to it as the life that they live, they wind up, a lot of them, not all of them, but a number of them that I know, it winds up being a contradiction to what it is they say they're living their life by. But then I'll literally have an old man sitting on my couch being racist or saying homophobic things or talking about trans people. And it's like, where in your book that you are going and professing that you're reading every day, or that you're going to church 3 or 4 times a week, and where is it that you're getting this idea that you have to demean or take value away from other people? Because I've read the Bible 6 times. Like in my life, I've read it 6 times through and through.
I don't even have that many under my belt.
Well, but see, that's the thing, is like, I read it and I don't get anything out of it that says that I should hate other people or I should demean them for the lives that they live. If anything, I can certainly have judgments of them, but to actively participate in some sort of tearing them down because of it like if I was devout, then I could pray for them, but I don't need to tell them
But
I'm
also,
praying
why
for
would
them.
you feel the need to pray for them? Like, if they're
Agreed.
not doing anything that's really obstructing anyone's life other than their own, according to like your beliefs, like
Agreed.
again, being like a gay person or a bisexual person or whatever. If I'm not influencing your life in the least, why do you feel the need to pray for me? Because I don't think I'm doing wrong.
Totally agree.
So there's where it lies, like the gall. Like, where do you get off?
And that's ultimately where I have a big problem with Christianity itself, is that a lot of the people that are attached to it will use it as a weapon. They're not using it as a shield to protect themselves. They're using it as a weapon
And I
to
never
demean
understood
others.
that. Like, I guess I wasn't there for it. It's happened thousands of years ago. But no, that's true. I love conversations with religious people for that very reason. Like, where I used to live, I had neighbors across the street. They're very devout people, but they were so sweet about it, and they knew who I was. That we had deep conversations about exactly what I believe, who I am, all of that. And they're like, they would always do the witness thing. They'd want to witness, but they'd never be like, you're wrong. They'd never say anything rude about it. And I was like, you're what gives me hope for any type of religious output in the world, because again, them being as devout as they were so sweet about it.
Yeah.
Never judgmental, but they were the only ones I've ever met like that. Like, I literally got asked to stop going to church at like 14 because I dyed my hair. So that ruined it for me. But
Jezebel.
yeah, oh my God. Whore.
Winch.
Demon whore. Yeah.
But
I also have like a conspiracy theory line as it comes to religion anyway. So,
but like I told you,
podcast.
I absolutely believe that there was a Jesus Christ. I just don't know that it was all the magic involved.
Did y'all ever watch Dogma?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, no, shit, owes me $12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what there was an N-word in there.
There is. My 3% can't account for that. So
Yeah.
that's what he said.
Violence.
Oh, is it 3? You have 3%?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
I'll show you my ancestry later. It's pretty cool.
She can say it.
I'm
3%
not,
is
I'm not saying it.
3%'s enough.
Just start with the letters, go from there every 2 hours.
I feel like even if I had 20%, it still wouldn't be enough.
Not with this skin tone, brother. Not
Listen,
doing it.
If you live by the old timey rules, the one drop rule is enough.
Well,
Can you tell that to
Still
people in
not
public
enough.
and just walk around? I'm not going to say it.
yeah, I was going to say, you give some of these Christians the ability to say it.
We're
You're
going back to the
you're gonna do
50s.
that. You're going to hear it a lot.
That do. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I fully believe that there was a Jesus Christ. I don't think that the Bible would have had a New Testament if there had not been. I can't attach myself to the idea that there was magic or that there was a virgin
Why
that
do you
gave
keep
birth.
referring to it as magic?
He does.
And I say that because,
Well,
like,
'cause-
any devout person with the Bible, they wouldn't refer to it as magic because magic is the devil's work.
Right.
But I love the fact that they acknowledge that it's there and that it's evil. That's my favorite.
I guess. So I'm not trying to be offensive by saying it's magic,
No.
but it's the
We have our own opinions.
yeah, but it's the idea that if I'm going to turn water into wine, that seems like it's something that's magic. If I'm going to rise from the dead, then
those are miracles, not magic. So again, it's very contradictory and it's very
Semantics
like
queen.
it is. It's very hypocritical of someone to say coming back from
Magic.
the dead
I see that.
is-
I can see that.
miraculous and not magical. It is.
Except that but it's also potentially not real. And the only reason I say that is because I don't have any physical evidence
Now,
of it
what are you
happening.
going to do when we all be dead soon and then, like, you are looking up at us as we
Tell Kenny I said hi.
say hi to my dad. Not my dad, her dad. That was
No, he's in heaven.
But
It's fine.
see
my
that's
dad's still alive.
but see that's also where I'm at on that is that this is it. This is it doesn't
So you think after we die, then it's just lights out.
that's yeah.
Which is fine
This is-
because in my brain, I actually had that conversation with myself today.
That doesn't scare the fuck. That's why I'm taking Klonopin.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like after we're dead, I would like to think that there is another like thing, but I just don't think that it's gonna be that whole like Judgment Day up or down. Like there'll just be something on the other
There's
side.
no guy with a book saying, "Yeah, your name's in here. Go on
yeah,
in, bud."
there'll
So-
just be something on the other side where
And from a science perspective on that, our brain is energy. You cannot destroy energy. It can be created or destroyed. But even once you die, that energy has to transfer somehow. So, is it possible? Yeah, but have we in all of recorded history, there has never once been an actual scientifically recorded moment where someone has actually died and been able to talk about what happened when they died. You know why?
Well, I'm making that face.
Because they're dead.
I was imagining the blank type going off and we all scream.
No, so actually there's been a huge study. It came out of Russia like a year or two ago about there's irrefutable proof of life after death type of thing. But what it wasn't. So it's more scientific than anything. And again, getting into that whole I don't want to say I believe this, but it resonates with me a lot more than anything else does. But it's interdimensional type things, and not to sound like a crazy person.
You do.
I don't mean to, but it's if there's another place, why is it so impossible that there's just different versions of us existing on different places? Why is that unfathomable when we already know that with all of the science that exists that there's
is there you're talking about multiverse theory and
I can't do that. I cannot do that. I just got to deal with the earth that we on now with the motherfuckers that we got here. That's all I can do.
Because the whole idea is that
that's how they explain the Mandela effect.
Every decision that you make, if you had made a different decision,
the forking path.
Basically that sends it down a different path, and that becomes a new universe. And it's a great theory. But in order to prove its existence, you'd have to traverse those different universes.
Walk backwards out of your forking path.
On the planet. It's just too much.
That's I don't believe time travel is possible. The only time travel that's possible is going forward in time. That's what we literally do. The actual.
But if you can go forward, why can't you go back?
Because time only moves one way. It's not
that
it's a dimension.
Think about when they say we're looking at each other flat like this, but if I turn to the side in some other universe and I disappear,
slip through the crack in the floor.
I don't want to get all.
We can do
quantum.
that in different episodes.
I was gonna say I don't want to get all quantum
a whole conspiracy theory.
But the amount of energy required, it's just not possible. We couldn't
create
or
that you know of.
Yeah,
correct. We haven't gotten there.
There's so much more that we still don't understand. We are just these ants floating around on a rock.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah,
and
I still have my reservations about dinosaurs because you was just putting random ass bones together and it just made a whole animal.
Birds.
Hold on. I want to
go ahead.
I want to dive into that real quick. What is this about dinosaurs?
They fake.
You don't believe that dinosaurs existed?
Not in the way that we were presented. There ain't no fucking Jurassic Park. That's what I'm.
Well, yeah, no, but
I'm not saying that Jurassic Park doesn't exist. Obviously, that was Steven and his Spielbergs. But I'm saying, the T-Rex as the whole, you might have found the tail of the T-Rex.
They found entire structures.
No,
yes,
there's entire skeleton.
No, it is not. That is literally okay. This is an episode for another day.
Honestly, stop this. Let's start 314. Go.
Hell no, bitch. Hell no.
Oh
what
my
I will
God.
say is, no, you cannot tell me an entire skeleton, tip to tail.
They have found them.
They have.
I can.
We can actually pull it up, baby. And the reason they're all still intact in that manner is because they died there and then got covered with earth.
See,
yeah.
You guys believe. And you're more convicted in that.
Okay, interdimensional, no dinosaurs, hates God. There.
Oh, it's not.
And that's been episode 313 of.
I was going to say on that bombshell, I guess we will wrap it up, but I don't hate God. I just.
Okay, he's mad at him, whatever.
Okay.
It's not even discussed.
So what is that movie? God is
dead.
Still here.
That's a book.
Something back.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the gods must be crazy. You remember that movie from 19? Oh gosh, y'all rent a book. Rent a movie.
Rent a book. We gotta rent a book.
Blockbuster, Grandpa.
Well, to make the Christians happy, I envy you for taking comfort in that you think you're going to heaven. I don't know about that.
Hey, look,
you're definitely not with that attitude.
And again, I just want to stress this. I don't have any judgment in people that want to have that comfort, that want to believe that there is something after this. I'm not going to take away from that. It's just that my belief is this is our experience, and when it's over, it's over. And I've I'm oddly comfortable with that.
You and the dinosaurs, buddy.
Dinosaurs in heaven. They're like dogs. All dinosaurs go to heaven.
Not a whole one, but...
Well, then, towards the end of this, can I actually encourage you to... There's a TV show that this is what got my brain really thinking about it. Again, I don't know what I believe. I don't think I have a true belief system in anything, but it's called OA, and it's about, like, just figuring out that whole thing. He's been hearing about it since 2016.
This bitch tried to get us to watch it.
Tony did watch it, and he loved it.
Exactly. I just couldn't.
It's good. It's a lot to keep up with, but again, if you like...
Yeah, I'll check it out.
That kind of thing. It's on Netflix. It's really good.
I'll check it out. The OA.
Bring it back.
Do you have a
Jason
Netflix
Isaacs.
Of course. I've got T-Mobile. I got a Netflix account.
Borrow it. Okay, great.
You get to borrow it.
Yes.
It comes free with T-Mobile.
No, you have to. They have the new tiers now.
Oh.
Ew.
Well, I'm grandfathered in from
I know.
25 years ago.
I don't know what my plan is, but it don't include the Netflix.
Oh,
Which-
I'm sorry.
Objectively, I pay a lot for my whatever plan I have.
Oh.
I got Netflix.
We do.
Oh.
Those accounts, she ain't using it.
There you go.
R.I.P. I know you're in heaven, baby.
All right. Shelby Spencer, O'Shawn McClendon, always good to have you guys on the show. And
It's always fun.
to everybody watching, everybody listening, thank you all for the feedback, because ultimately it took 20 minutes of the show.
Yeah, it did.
I know. I don't even wonder how long this episode is.
It's an hour and a half at least. It's almost...
Minimum.
Yeah.
I gotta work in.
Oh.
You don't.
Well, then we'll wrap it up. That's going to do it for episode number 300 and what did I say? 13th. Yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Links to all of our past episodes, podcast platforms, merchandise, and social media are available on our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. And if you think our financial model of giving away free content and entertainment is silly and you're in the giving mood, why not become an official member and proudly call yourself a true nothinger? You get early access to this episode as well as exclusive content. Visit members.theallaboutnothing.com, or you can find a link on our webpage. You can also give a one-time donation through the same link. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533, or you can email the show at theallaboutnothing.com. Join our Discord server as well. Links found on our webpage. Thank you for listening, everybody. You all stay safe, be kind, and...
Let me read the card.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
The All About Nothing podcast is a product of Big Media and produced and engineered by me, Barrett Gruber. Thanks to Cake for our intro music, Sick of You. You can follow everything Cake the band at cakemusic.com. Thanks to Muff the producer for our outro music. You can follow Muff on Instagram at Muff the producer. You can follow me across social media by visiting Linktree/Barrett Gruber. And you can follow Zach King on Linktree/AANZach. Want to support the show? Visit our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com, and become a member. There are several tiers available that give you early access to episodes as well as exclusive content. To find links to our social media, podcast platforms, and merchandise to support the show, as well as past episodes, visit theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can email theshow@theallaboutnothing.com, or you can call our number and leave a message. Dial 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is more than you can handle, check out our sister shows. What the Pod Was That with Carrie, Zach, and myself. Welcome to Wonderland with me. Politically Speaking with Erica, Kirsten, and Emily. And Black, White, and Blue in the South with Dr. Jameel Brooks and Bill Kimmler. Please subscribe and share this show. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe and punch that notification bell. Thank you for listening, and hear us next week. The preceding podcast is solely owned by the host or hosts and is distributed by Big Media, LLC. Copyright 2026.
Well, you've made it to the end. You survived the rambling, the tangents, and whatever nonsense we just subjected your ears to. Congratulations. Now that your brain is sufficiently scrambled, how about doing something productive for democracy? Before you go off to forget everything you just heard, do yourself a favor and double check that your voter registration is actually legit at theallaboutnothing.com/voter. It's about the only way to make sure your vote counts, even if your taste in podcasts is questionable.